Today I'm going to show you a nice, quick and easy way on how to extend any type of golf club. Now, it is quite an easy process to do this, but there is a few tools that you'll need. Most of them you might possibly have lying around the house anyway, but if you don't, they're not too expensive for the most part to go out and buy for yourself. And without any further ado, let's get straight into it. So what I'm extending is this Vokey 46 degree. I just want to make it the same length as this pitch and wedge, which is probably roughly about 3/4 of an inch longer. Now you can buy actual extensions like these. Now the steel ones will tend to fit most steel shafts and the plastic ones tend to fit most graphite shafts. Steel ones are usually a 0.60 fitting. And once the graphite shafts are normally made from plastic and they're usually the 0.58 fitting. Now there is times where this isn't always the case, like a lot of putters you'll find are the 0.58. So you can get the steel ones in the 0.58 fitting. If you do end up buying the larger sized one, then you can actually cut that and make it fit into the smaller fitting. I'll leave a link to like a short video that I'll do just explaining and showing how to do that. It's actually really easy, and you basically just cut the inside, so you're cutting that bit in half, and that'll just shrink it enough so it will fit into the smaller size fitting one. But the thing with using a broken shaft like this is that that will just fit into any type of shaft. It doesn't matter if it's graphite or steel, you'll still be able to fit it in. The ones to go for if you do have a choice are the ones with the steps in them, because basically when you're inserting that into the end, it will hit one of the steps. You see how it won't go down any further? That's why it's going to sit on top, and then you can just cut the rest down to size. I mean, if you really wanted to, you can just cut down a full length shaft, and obviously it will do the same thing as if it was broken. I think it's maybe a bit of a waste when these extensions only cost like £1 or so. But if you do have any spare shafts lying around or anything like that, then it is a good alternative to use. Now, before we actually crack on with the extension, the first thing you need to think about is what you're going to do with the old grip. As you can see, I've already removed mine, but you can either cut it straight off, or if you wanted to save the grip and reuse it to put it back on again, I have done a separate video on that. So if you wanted to check that out, again, it's quite easy, and I'll leave a link in the description, and if I can remember, I'll leave a little pop-up thing in the top right corner. The first thing to do is to put the broken shaft in and see whereabouts it comes up to. As you can see, I have already marked it out because I did already record this once, well, pretty much all the way through, before realizing that I didn't have my mic turned on, so that wasn't ideal, but that's what it's already marked. If you are comparing it to something with a grip on it, I'd just mark it slightly below, because when you actually put the grip on, there is a bit of thickness at the top. It's like the top of the grip isn't completely flush with the top of the shaft. But if you know how much you want to extend it by, then you can literally just mark it out with a ruler or a tape measure or something, and just draw a line on where you want to cut it. Then you also need to cut the other side as well, because as you can see here, again, I've already marked it. Basically, if you were to leave like that amount inside the shaft, I mean, you can hear it just by doing this. Because it is quite long, it will hit against the inside of the shaft, and that will get quite annoying after not too long. So as a rule of thumb, you want to be cutting it from the top twice the amount that you're extending it by. Say if that was like 3/4 of an inch, which is just shorter than that, but say it's 3/4 of an inch for example, so then you want to be cutting 1.5 inches down from the ridge that sits on top of the shaft. So that just gives enough for it to hold into place, but then it's not too much where it's going to be banging against the inside of the shaft, and it's not going to be adding on too much weight. So the easiest way to cut steel is by using a pipe cutter like this. You can find these at a lot of places, and it'll probably cost you about £20 for one like this. You can get like smaller, cheaper versions which don't work half as good, and I definitely have one somewhere, but I can't remember where I've put it. If you're only doing one or two, then the smaller ones can work fine for that. If you are planning on doing quite a few, then you'll find it a lot easier using one of the bigger ones like this. It just cuts so much easier. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. I've not used it for ages, so I couldn't remember where I put it. Basically something like this, it will cut it, but it just takes a bit longer. One of these will just cost a few pound off Temu. That's probably the best place to find it. But again, like most tool shops will probably sell something similar to that. But I mean, if you really wanted, you could actually cut it down with a hacksaw. It just takes quite a while to do that, and it will probably blunten the saw a bit. Once you have it marked out, we're just going to cut it down in both places. Basically just tightening it and twisting it at the same time, and it only takes like a few twists normally to cut right through it. And that is basically what you're going to be left with. So a whole shaft has been cut down into just that little piece, which will extend your golf club by anywhere from 1/4 of an inch up to 2 inches. I wouldn't actually go any further than 2 inches. I mean, you can do it, just not really advised by any club makers, to be honest. So to glue it into place, the best thing to use is 2-part epoxy. I like using this Gorilla stuff because it sets quite quick. It's not the strongest of glue, but it does do the job. And you're probably just going to want some cardboard or something to mix it up on. Just going to pour a bit out onto the cardboard. What you can do is just rough up the bottom that's going inside the shaft just to help it stick a bit better. Now, you don't need to do that, but it does always just help with it. I'm using the tea, just going to mix it up for like 20-30 seconds or so, just to make sure that it's completely mixed together. I'm just going to get a big dollop of it and just coat the whole section that's going inside the shaft. I like to brush it downwards towards the bottom, because when you do slide it in, all the glue is going to come up towards the top anyway. As long as you've got the whole thing covered, it's not going to matter too much on the consistency of it. And then with that, we can just slide that in, maybe twist it as it's going in, and that after 24 hours will be solid in place. And yeah, it probably will drip after you put it in, so just be careful of that. Get a bit of tissue and wipe away all the excess. Yeah, like I say, it is best to leave that for probably 24 hours really if you can. With that faster setting glue that I've got, you maybe don't need to leave it that long. I mean, in a few cases I have just gripped it straight after doing it. But if you want to do it properly, it's definitely best to leave it just to make sure that it's set, just to make sure that the grip solution doesn't mess with the glue or anything like that. And after you've let it set for long enough and just before you grip it, like I say, just thicken out the top part so it's even with the actual shaft. You probably actually wouldn't feel it, especially if you got like a mid-size or a thicker grip, but it's always the safest bet just to do that anyway. And it doesn't do any harm, it's only a tiny bit of tape that you'll be using. And then from there you can just add your grip back on as normal. So as usual, thanks for watching. I'll try to do a few other extension videos like with graphite, or just leave me any suggestions down in the comments for anything that you want to see. This method will work with pretty much any type of shaft anyway. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in another video.